Hello students, myself Vijayalakshmi Sadlapur, Senior Grade Lecturer, Government Polytechnic Vijaypur, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, welcome you all for a session on the graded exercise 3 of your third semester C Programming Lab. The graded exercise 3 is given an alphabet, display whether it is a vowel or a consonant. So here it's a very simple program. An alphabet is given to you. You have to check whether it is a vowel or a consonant. So let us start with the session. This is the contents in the session. We shall go for the algorithm and flowchart of the program. Then we shall write the program, execute it under the Turbo C. Then we have some multiple choice questions, and these questions will be depending upon the types of cases we are, or the types of statements we are using in the program. Well, before writing the actual algorithm of the program, let us define what is an algorithm and what is a flowchart. Well students, whenever a task is given to you, what you usually do is you just sit and think about the task. Okay, so when a task is given to you, what you do is you just analyze the task and you think about what are the steps to be followed in order to achieve that particular task. The same way, whenever a program is to be asked, okay, whenever program is being asked in any of the languages, programming languages, the first step is you will have to write a step-by-step procedure in order to write that program, which helps to write that program. Okay, so the step-by-step procedure which is required to write a program is nothing but an algorithm. Okay, and when this algorithm is graphically represented, then it becomes a flowchart. Okay, so as the pictures are more informative compared to your statements, we go for the flowcharts also. So the given algorithm is next implemented using the flowchart. Okay, so flowchart is a graphical representation of the algorithm. Okay, so with these two basic definitions, we'll just go through the actual algorithm. So for our given program, we first define an alphabet. So this alphabet is what? It is being given by the user. Next, this alphabet is compared with the vowels, both uppercase as well as the lowercase, using what? The switch statement. Okay. So when I say that you compare it with vowels, one question may arise in you people that why not consonants here? Okay. See, when we compare the number of vowels to the number of consonants, the number of vowels are lesser compared to the number of consonants. So that's why in order to make our program more simpler and the length of the program should be short. Okay, so that's why we are here comparing with the vowels. Okay, so the third step is what? Given the if this given alphabet, it is going to match with these any of the vowels. Okay, if it is going to match with the vowels which I have mentioned here, if the given alphabet matches with any of these vowels, then we have to print the statement that it is a vowel. Okay, if it is not matching, then it is going to print it as a consonant. So this is a very simple logic we are using in this program. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬೋತ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ವೋವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೋವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್, ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ವೋವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಸೋನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೋ ಚಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೋ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಯೂಸರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಅಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ನ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ take it as the switch. Okay, so in the switch, this alphabet is itself a constant which we are going to compare with the all the cases. So e alphabet na tagondu now e ella cases jote we start comparing with all these cases present here. Okay, so this is a pictorial representation for your switch statement. So this alphabet is compared with all the cases. So when it matches with any one of these cases, then we directly write it as a vowel and we break it. Why we need to break is, it should not execute the default, isn't it? It should not go for the default statement. If it goes for the default statement, then it is going to print that it is a consonant also. Then your program is not correct. Okay, so actually how the switch statement is working? Switch statement, it is having a value here, a constant value, which is compared with all the cases. Okay, and when it is suppose here I am writing it as E. Okay, so then it compares with A, it doesn't enter the body because it's not matching. It compares with uppercase A, again as it is not matching, it is again not going to the body, it goes for the next case. Now here as I have entered it as E, okay, then it is going to enter the body of the statement. Okay, and say actually how your statement switch statement is working is, if we are not going to use a break, if we are not using this break statement, then it keeps on continuing rest of the cases. Okay, it keeps on going through the rest of the cases. So we don't want that. So that's why what we do is we use a break here. So it is going to compare with all these case statements, and if it is found to be matched with any of these cases, it is going to print it as a vowel. Otherwise, it just comes out to the default case. Okay, it comes to the default case and it is going to print it as what? A consonant. So this is the logic we are using to find out whether the given alphabet is a vowel or a consonant. Now we shall move just to the actual program. Here we have used one of the preprocessor directory, that is stdio.h. Here this is required to your input and output functions. Now only one variable is required for the whole program, which I have declared, and it is of the type what? Character. Okay. Then next we are asking the user to enter the alphabet which is to be tested. Okay, so that is we first display the message, and then we are going to use the input statement which is a scanf, and we are going to take the alphabet from the user. So this is the base of the program. Okay. The next, here is the switch statement. So here we are going to have the alphabet given by the user. It checks with all these cases. It checks with all these cases up to you. So if any of this is matched, then you are going to write that it is a vowel. Say one more thing, what we can write here is, this statement, this printf statement can be used in all these cases. But just to reduce the size, I have directly used the semicolon here. Okay, I have just used the semicolon so that it again goes to the next case, and so on. But once it checks this last case, and if it is found to be matching with any of these cases, it has to just print that it is a vowel and it has to break. Okay. Otherwise, if it is not matching with any of these cases, it will go for the default, and it is saying that it is a consonant. Okay. So this is the program. Now if we just have a look on the syntax. Okay. So here we are not going to use any of the semicolon in front of the switch statement. Then this case is written with what? A single inverted quotation, single quotations. Okay, and followed with a colon, and then no body is there, so directly have given a semicolon. Because it is a character, single quotation is required. Okay, so this is the simple thing, and also I have explained the use of this break. Okay, so this is how we have written the program. Next, in order to get our output to be displayed, I use the statement get ch. Okay, and return. So this is the thing. Now we'll just take some example. See now, if I write that, if I enter it as A, so it checks. Say I have entered A, so it is checking. It comes here. Okay, and because it is true, then it goes for what? It is a vowel, and it is not going for the default. Now next is, see, if I enter it as Z. When I enter it as Z, what is happening? It is not matching with any of these conditions. So directly it goes to this default. It goes to this default. After checking all these cases, it goes to this default, and it is going to print that it is a consonant. Okay. So this is how, in the same way, if it is G, U and I, it is either printing as consonant or as a vowel. Okay. So this is how we are writing the program, and I have shown it with a simple example. I will execute the same program using your Turbo C. We'll just open our Turbo C here. So here is the program which I have already written, and I have already explained this program. Now we'll just directly first compile it. So what is the shortcut key to compile the program? It is Alt F9. So once I compile this program, it shows whether you have the errors or warnings. We don't have any errors. Next, we'll run the program. So what is the shortcut key to run the program? Control F9. Okay, so enter an alphabet. Now I'll enter the alphabet as Q. So whether Q is alphabet, this alphabet, whether it is a vowel or a consonant. It's a consonant. So when I say enter, it has to display it as a consonant. Yes, it has displayed the same thing. Now I'll enter one more input. Okay, now I will enter it as A. So A is a, let me take capital letter. A is a vowel. Okay, so it has to display that it is a vowel. So this is how your program is getting executed. I hope there is no problem in the execution of the program also. Okay, I'll just close this program window and continue. Okay, I'll just go through some of the simple MCQs. The first MCQ is what? Indentation while writing the C program is mandatory. Indentation is nothing but, see, whenever I am writing the program, I have used some spaces here. Okay, I've used these spaces here. So whether usage of this place or the tabs, see here, I have here, I have started, your actual line is here, indentation is here, but I have used so much of space gap here. Okay, so whether it is compulsory, whether it is mandatory. So in your C program, indentation is not at all mandatory. We use the indentation in order to have the clarity of our program. Okay, so that's why the indentation is not necessary in the C programming. So here this statement is false. Let us go for the next question. The C program is not case sensitive. Is it case sensitive? Yes, it is case sensitive. But what is the statement here? The statement here he is saying that it is not case sensitive. Okay, it is not case sensitive. So our answer will be false. It will be false. Next, what is the header file used for the IO operation? So in the first line of the program itself, I said we are going to use only one preprocessor directive for our IO operation. So what is that we have used? We have used yes, it is a stdio.h. Okay. Next, see, the continue statement cannot be used with. So I have explained the break statement in this program. In the same we have continue statement. See, break and continue, these are the unconditional branching statements. So here the question is, can we use this continue statement, or sorry, this statement cannot be used with for, while, do while and a switch. So where we cannot use this? Yes, yes, it is. We cannot use it in the switch. We can only use it in what? In the switch we can use the break statement, but as the continue is used for what? Skipping the statements. So we cannot use it in the switch. So what is the right answer? C statement. See, loops or repetition blocks execute a group of statements repeatedly. What the loops will do? Loops are also known as what? The repetition blocks. They are going to execute the group of statements repeatedly. Whether it is true? Yes. Next, loop is usually executed as long as the condition is met. So whenever you want to execute the loop, we are having what? A test condition. Isn't it? We have a test condition. The next, loops usually take the advantage of a loop counter. We use a loop counter, isn't it? For, if I go for a for loop, I use for I is equal to, isn't it? So in the same way, that is itself nothing but the loop counter. So which is the right statement amongst these three? Yes, yes, all are the right statements. Okay. Next, which of the following cannot be used in the switch case? Which cannot be used? Character. See, just now we have used the character itself. Then integer, float, and enumerator data type. Which cannot be used? Which cannot be used? See, it has to be a constant, I said. Which cannot be used? The float cannot be used in your switch statement. Next, the switch statement accepts what? Whether it accepts the character, yes, just now we have seen. It accepts the integer, it accepts the long also. It does not accept the float. So here, these are all the statements which can be taken in your switch. So that's why all the options, isn't it? What is the right answer? All the given options are correct. Next, a switch statement is used to. Why do we use a switch statement? Switch between the functions, switch from one variable to another variable, to choose from multiple possibilities which may arise due to different values of the single variable, to use a switching variable. Which is correct now? Say we cannot switch from, it's not used to switch from one function to another function. So this will be of course wrong. Okay. The next, switching from one variable to another variable. No, that is also not correct. In C we are not going to switch. The next, choose from multiple possibilities. Yes, this is amongst the different cases we go for one particular case. So this is possible. Switching the variable, again this is not possible. So what will be your right answer now? The right answer is C. Next, the logic required for implementing a program can be expressed in terms of flowchart and algorithm, isn't it? So your answer is what? Your answer is C. Okay. So these are some of the MCQs I am going through here. In switch statement, each case instance value must be, whether it can be a constant or a variable or a symbol or none of the above. See, it has to be compulsory a constant value because it has to compare. We have to compare that constant with the cases, isn't it? So compulsory it has to be what? It has to be a constant. Okay. So these are some of the MCQs. See, the references I have gone through for developing this session is I have used Programming in NCC by Balguru Swami and Let Us See from Yashwant Kanetkar. And this is the team we are working on the content development of the C programming lab of 3rd semester. Thank you.